How's it going, everybody? It's Tuesday. Doing something new this week. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just record all the clips throughout the days during the week, compile them on Friday and Saturday, and hopefully release the video right after that. Creating a more cohesive video that has more quality content packaged, but still keeps in that 6 to 7 minute time frame where it's enjoyable to watch. I feel like videos beyond like the 8, 9, 10 minute mark, just it's a little too much. Like myself, I'm sure some of the people watching have other things to do. They don't have all day to sit around, watch some guy work on a video when they have a car on their own that they want to work on. With that being said, I have to make this patch panel. It is fairly simple, just a 90-degree bend, and it has that little tab here, and then it kind of curves up, but it does have this little bend in here. Don't know if you can see it, so you have to figure out a way to introduce that. I don't think it'll be too hard, but you never know. So first things first, just get you some paper. I use this because I just have it. It is floor protection for construction from Lowe's. You get a huge roll for like 10 bucks, I think. It is fairly rigid. This is what we got. Obviously, it is not the exact shape we want, but here's a few reasons as to why I did that. One is I cut off more material than what's over here on the actual car. Two, it's always better to have more than enough at first, and then when you put this on the car, then you adjust and you fine tune it, because if you try to get the exact shape that you need, you're just gonna end up cutting too much off, and it's gonna be a pain too, and then you'll have to make another template, and that's just taking up more time and more annoying. So I'm gonna take this to the car and I'm gonna fit it up and then fine tune it on the car. I've cut out the patch and it is relatively the same size as what I need. Now obviously I have to bend it into shape and trim around certain areas, as well as just shave certain spots to make it fit onto the car. So now I'm gonna get the Dremel, cut a piece out of the sheet metal and go from there. Got the relative shape trimmed and cut. So now I'm kind of going around the whole piece and dialing it in just to build up a little confidence, because this is very intimidating. I mean, you look at this thing, put it up against the car, and so far you got this. Now how are you gonna fit it when it's like this? You know, so I like to start off with something small, which is this little corner piece. I'm gonna get this kind of dialed in, and then I'm gonna start working on this section, which will have a bend in it that is like a S shape. And then I'll go on to this big piece. So now where my thumb is, I'll kind of have to bend that up, and then the edge gets bent down. I don't really know how to really achieve that, but I'm gonna give it a shot here. I got this pretty much into shape. I'll still have to do a 90 on the bottom where my thumb is, and then I'll have to just bend this piece up a little bit. But other than that, it is in there, fits very nicely. It took a little bit of time because I had to bend it from side to side, and then you can see it here, the little dimple that kind of came out because I don't have a shrinker or a stretcher. So I think that should be fine. It's not gonna really interfere with anything, but it's there. And then for this back there, I have to spray some wax coating just so I can just so it's protected, and I'll hit it again through one of these holes here. Painted the back of the patch panel with the copper weld through primer, and now And over here, I prepped the butt weld area. And I'm just kind of waiting for this to dry out and for the paint, the copper weld through primer to dry out. And now I'm just kind of waiting. I sprayed the inside of this with some internal frame rail coating from Eastwood. There's this stuff. It's not bad. I think it's decent. I got this long tube, so I was able to get in there. Got the panel fitted up, primed, and now I'm just gonna be welding it in. I'll have to press it in certain spots to get it aligned correctly, but with the heat that goes through the piece and then it bonding to the metal next to it, it will form itself into that correct shape. Alrighty, got the whole piece tack welded in. So far I'm pretty happy with it, so that's good. Now I'm just going around doubling up on each weld and making my rounds, really just to get the whole piece in. And yeah, so I'm gonna continue doing that, and then I'm gonna grind it down, wire wheel it because it's already starting to rust a little bit. You can see on the camera. And then I'll coat it and get the last panel in, and that will complete the rocker and the wheel well repair. Super excited. Never thought I would be able to do this right? But you gotta try it, and thank God I did, because otherwise it would cost me a lot of money. But this is good stuff. I mean, I have a Harbor Freight welder, Harbor Freight mask, gloves from Harbor Freight, tools from Harbor Freight. Just getting it done. I'm super excited. This makes me feel good. Alright, so it's a few days after the repair, and I'm just kind of cleaning around, but just want to show you how the repair came out. Don't have my light here, but it looks really good. I'm super happy with it. So as always, comment if you have any questions, and like and subscribe. Thanks.